Time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Brian Davis.
Good evening, everyone. We're almost there. Thursday night. We're headed towards Friday. We're just about to make it to the weekend. Let's go ahead and take a look. Savannah, now nice and quiet, 70 degrees. We've got 73 in Memphis, nice and quiet there. And then as we look live here in Trenton, a little cooler there at 64. And, you know, the temperature does have just a little bit of a chill to it, but it was really nice being out on the back porch earlier this evening. A little bit of a light breeze, but when that wind blew, it was a little bit chilly, but otherwise it felt pretty good out there. And I tell you what, it's going to be nice and warm over the next couple of weeks. We only have a couple of days there where it's going to drop down, behind this frontal boundary as it finally looks like it's going to move through. Let's go ahead and take a look at temperatures. We've got the low 60s to the north, Union City, Troy over to Dresden, 64. We got 68 in Paris. We got 64 in Lexington and Parsons, 64 in Brownsville and Somerville, Memphis at 73, and 70 right now in Selmer. Winds are as high as about 12 miles per hour, but generally around 3 to 7 miles per hour. And most of the storm activity is out over North Texas and West Oklahoma. You can see that system and that low pressure coming through like a vengeance. This is approaching Saturday, though. You can see that frontal boundary kind of aligns itself up more west to east, and it looks like it's going to sweep on in here Saturday morning. And that is going to be when we're going to be concerned with the severe weather, especially as it looks like it'll finally move through here. Let's take a look at radar. It's pretty quiet right now as we look at West Tennessee. We had those storms or, some very localized showers. I didn't ever even see any lightning with any of them, but a couple of little pockets of heavy rain that has since left and died down to the north. But just looking further west, they've got a tornado watch issued. This is over West Oklahoma and North Texas, and we've got several severe thunderstorms in there. As you can see, we get in closer, you can really see those. And look at all the lightning that we're seeing in some of these storms and hail. These are supercell storms. And then, boy, a lot of lightning here too. Thankfully, we're not dealing with anything like that over West Tennessee. Now, that's still a long way from West Tennessee, but we're going to see a tendency for some of that action to ride along to the northeast, one storm after another. And then eventually the frontal boundary that all that's developing along is going to sweep our direction towards Saturday morning. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the outlooks. This is tonight. You can see all the severe weather, 3 out of 5, North Texas, West Oklahoma. Here's tomorrow, and it gets much closer to us. And then here is Saturday as it comes right over us, thankfully a little bit weaker. A closer view, here is Friday. You can see that marginal 1 out of 5 risk just west, barely, from Lake County. So we're still going to have to watch those storms just like we did the other night when they were trying to brush through Lake County. Hopefully that will be the situation again, is that they will miss those areas. But then ultimately, as we get into Saturday, here's the local view of the outlook. All of West Tennessee under at least a 1 out of 5. And then you've got the 2 out of 5 that includes southwestern portions of Shelby County. Let's take a look at this on Futurecast, the latest models. You can see we can't rule out a stray pop-up storm. Here's Friday afternoon, especially down along the Mississippi-Tennessee border. But it's Saturday when we really start to see all of this get going. And I'm going to pause this just a moment. Here you can see in the 7 o'clock hour, you can see the time at the top there, 7:35 a.m. And it's just crossing over the Mississippi River into places like Covington, approaching north, places like Memphis, Covington, Dyersburg. It's moving over Lake and Obion around that time. And let's move this forward. You can see it's mainly in the mornings. Here we are at 9:30, around the 9:30 time. It's getting closer to the I-40 corridor. It's now in north parts of Memphis, Covington, still around the Dyersburg area, now in McKenzie, back up to around Murray, Kentucky. And it will continue to move further along to the east and southeast I-40 corridor. This is going to be by around 11 a.m. to 12 noon. And then continuing on into the afternoon, switching to a mid-range model to give us longer range here. You can see around the Tennessee River by around 1 o'clock in the afternoon Saturday, right on through about 3 o'clock, and then continues pushing off to the south and east. Now, I did go ahead and include a GFS model kind of to get an idea, but the longer range you've got, the less truthful it could be. But it looks like that it is going to move on south of our neck of the woods. So that would be great. But notice how it just kind of slows down once it gets into Mississippi and Alabama. So it could try to rebound back northward. Models have been struggling with that, but it looks like the bulk of the severe weather should be out of West Tennessee by around at least 2 o'clock or so in the afternoon. But that first half, that's where we're going to have to be very careful. Here's a look at your hourly forecast for tonight. You can see we'll be down into the low 60s by morning. Partly cloudy skies, becoming mostly sunny as a lot of us will be heading off around that time. At about 8 o'clock, we'll be at 65, and we'll be increasing in temperatures by then. Out at the bus stop, about 61, a little bit of a chill in the air, but quickly rising to 80 degrees. So I've been telling the kiddos that I talk to, maybe, if you wear short sleeves, put a jacket on in the morning, but then in the afternoon, all goes. Or you could do like a long sleeve shirt, but you might be a little hot in the afternoon, that kind of thing. It's going to be very humid tomorrow afternoon too. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. There is a slight chance of a very localized, isolated storm in the afternoon tomorrow, but for most of us, it'll be mostly sunny. Saturday, we watch for those storms to come in between about 6 a.m. and about 2 o'clock from northwest to southeast, and then a few showers return, and that's as that front's going to try to push back northward. As a few showers on Sunday, Monday, and then another severe weather outlook. It's way on out there, day 6, but we may have some more to deal with on Tuesday into Wednesday. And that one's looking like it could be worse than what we're looking at on Saturday. So a very busy, active, severe weather season is getting underway. Take care. Have a great night, everyone. And we'll have latest updates. If any of the storms try to get severe, we'll have updates on Saturday as well. Take care.
We are West Tennessee Weather Channel.